Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Obas Trending Gist. Today, we are diving deep into the world of Nigerian politics, where the drama is always brewing. So, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has just thrown a major shade at his political rival and former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amaechi. Wike declared Amaechi's rumored presidential ambition as dead on arrival. This comment has sent shockwaves through the political space, and the crew at Arise News couldn't let it slide. The ever-vocal Rufai Oseni gave a fiery response that you just have to see. So grab your popcorn as we get into the gist. First, let's watch the clip from Arise News morning show, anchored by Anie, Osakwe. So sit back and take a watch.
So let's stay on the political news for a quick moment, because late last night, FCT Minister Nyesom Wike made some comments on Channels TV, saying that the former Transport Minister Rotimi Amaechi's attempts at the presidential spot are, quote, dead on arrival. So Amaechi, who's a member of the African Democratic Congress, Wike said he knows he won't get the ticket. I read that he said he knows the weaknesses of the president, so he knows how to defeat him, but he also knew the weaknesses of the president in 2022 when the president defeated him mercilessly in the primary. And, I know this was briefly discussed earlier, but Rufai, I'll start with you. Just your reaction to these comments and, that intense quote, dead on arrival. I mean, is that true?
Coming from a man that his own presidential ambition was dead during the party primaries. And like Dino Melaye said, he tried so hard, he begged him. In fact, one paper quoted 19 times, but I didn't see the full letter, so I can't quote that. But he said Dino Melaye claimed that he begged him to be Atiku's running mates. That wasn't possible. Then afterwards, we started hearing fight between him and Atiku. So, Mr. Wike is like God, sent Wike. He knows everything. He knows whose presidential ambition is dead on arrival. He knows who they beat mercilessly, but Atiku Abubakar did not beat him mercilessly during the primary. No. They didn't even beat him. I think he won the primaries. He won the PDP primary. He was pretty big candidate in the last election now. You see, our politicians forget that life is transient, and power, most importantly, is transient. It's but a fleeting time in life. For all of us in life, we are up here today, we are nowhere tomorrow. Today, there was a man that once said, PDP will rule for the next 60 years. The question is, where is Vincent Ogbula for today? I think politicians should focus on the lives of the people rather than the political grandstanding and calling the other person black when it doesn't suit them. At the same point, this was the same Mr. Wike that served under Amaechi's administration. We forget that in a hurry. So when you were serving him then, he was not weak, he was not terrible. But now you feel you're a master of your own. You shoot him down. It speaks volumes in life. So, as far as I'm concerned, him and Amaechi are both on the same bed. They both lost a presidential primaries. Mm-hmm. So what's the point? He also had a jab at Babacha Lawa that the reason why Babacha Lawa is fighting Tinubu is because they didn't make him VP. Mm-hmm. He too, we can say for him, like Dino Melaye said, that he begged him to help him talk to Atiku to be VP. Mm-hmm. Because let's switch roles. If Wike had been VP candidate to Atiku Abubakar, do you think he'll be fighting Atiku Abubakar today? Anyway, I can say that argument is not empirical because Atiku Abubakar's even VP running mates has left the fold of the political party today. So, anyway, so you can see politics in this country is a funny proposition.
Wow, Rufai Oseni did not hold back. Did he? So, let's break this down because a lot was said. So, it all started when FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, speaking on Channels Television, completely dismissed the presidential ambition of Rotimi Amaechi. Amaechi, who is now reportedly a member of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, had claimed he knew President Tinubu's weaknesses. Wike basically laughed it off, saying Amaechi can't even get the ADC ticket, so his ambition is dead on arrival. But as you just saw, Rufai Oseni on Arise News had a powerful comeback. Well, as if he's Amaechi's spokesman. I don't know. He started by reminding everyone of the irony, saying, and I quote, This is coming from a man whose own presidential ambition was dead during the party primaries. He's referring, of course, to Wike losing the PDP presidential ticket to Atiku Abubakar in 2022. Rufai then brought up claims that Wike himself desperately wanted to be Atiku's vice presidential running mate. The key takeaway from Rufai's analysis is the hypocrisy. He pointed out that Wike once served under Amaechi's administration in Rivers State. Back then, Amaechi wasn't weak. But now that they are political rivals, the insults are flying. He brilliantly concluded that both Wike and Amaechi are in the same boat. They both lost their presidential primary bids in their former parties. Rufai called on politicians to stop the political grandstanding and focus on the real work of governance that affects the life of everyday Nigerians. Now, for my take on this, the clash between Wike and Amaechi is not new. These two were once political allies who ruled Rivers State, but their fallout has become one of the Nigerians' most intense political rivalries. What we are seeing now is the early posturing for the 2027 general elections. It's a game of political chess. Wike, a PDP chieftain, is serving as a minister in an APC government, while Amaechi, a former APC stalwart, has moved to the ADC. This shows you how fluid and interest-driven our politics can be. It's less about the party and more about personalities and power. I completely agree with Rufai Oseni. It is the height of hypocrisy for Wike to mock Amaechi for a failed presidential primaries when he experienced the exact same fate. It's a classic case of the pot calling kettle black. Wike's own ambition in the PDP was so intense that its failure led to a major crisis within the party. The phrase "dead on arrival" is a very strong and dismissive political statement. It is designed to completely demoralize a rival and paint them as irrelevant, but as we know in politics, nothing is ever truly dead. The bigger picture here is that while these political giants are busy with their ego battle and trading insults, what happens to the rest of us? Are they discussing how to fix the economy, tackle insecurity, or create jobs? No, it's all about who gets the president in 2027. This rivalry, while entertaining us as a gist, highlights a serious problem in our political culture where personal ambition often overshadows national interest. So, there you have it. The Wike versus Amaechi saga continues with Rufai Oseni adding his critical voice to the conversation. It's clear that the road to 2027 is already getting heated. But what do you guys think? Was Wike right to dismiss Amaechi's ambition so strongly, or do you agree with Rufai Oseni's take on the hypocrisy of it all? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to Obas Trending Gist, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.